How many actual friendships do you have? Friendships where both of you are working on the relationship and it's not just one sided. I have zero friends right now, and I am happy about this. The only person that I consider my best friend is my girlfriend of 6.5 years now. Other than that, I have no one. And the big reason behind this is due to my trauma and abuse that I felt as a child. I did not understand what friendships are and how to even keep them. When I was 6 years old, when a person told me, Blaj, you're my best friend, I froze and I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. How could I be his best friend? We just hung out. There was no reciprocity between us, or that's at least what I thought. He didn't. And that led to a really heartbreaking distancing from him, not from me because I didn't understand it. The only thing I understood about friendships were that I either hung out with people because I needed something or because they needed something from me. That was it. I didn't call anybody just to hang out or stuff like that. I didn't understand this because of my dad. That's how he operates. And he still operates to this day. And one of the things that I was really good at were one sided friendships and relationships, where I was doing everything and try to adapt and be flexible for the other person. And the other person wasn't really trying because I was just there. Uh, and that goes along with friendships and also colleagues, either at work, professionally, personally. It really doesn't matter. And the one of the things was that I was really proud of myself of being able to be flexible and adaptable, so that I was able to have a lot of friendships and all of that, but they were all fake. Because as soon as I stopped working on that relationship or friendship, and or the other person didn't see me as being beneficial to them, they just disappeared and stopped talking or working with me. And that felt devastating for me because that's the only thing that I thought was actual friendships. So if you're wondering right now, do you have a solid do you have solid friends and actual friends? Just ask yourself, if you stopped talking or replying to them, would they eventually, within a certain amount of time, depending on how often do you communicate with them, would they ask you, hey, are you okay? What's up? Haven't heard from you a while. I'm worried about you, or something of the similar sort, depending on your communication styles. If they don't, then it means that it wasn't friendship at all. It was just you giving, never receiving anything from that friendship, and those people don't even care about you. And most often than not, what happened with me was I was just giving, giving, and giving, and it was never receiving. And then when I burnt out and I withdrew from those relationships, the people were either just moved along or they were angry at me for not giving them what they were due because I was always there providing for them. And one of the things when I was growing up, it was really strange, and that especially was evident for me when I was at the US Military Academy at West Point, and then later on, it was kind of like a shame of not having actual friends. And it was like, why? Why can't I have friends? Why do people not connect with me? And it was because of my trauma and because of my inability to understand the connectedness and the way friendships are supposed to work. And that was actually so I understood this, and I'm still trying to completely understand this now in going to therapy and being in this therapeutic process where I'm slowly building up my connections with the people that I actually want to hang out with and would want to talk with them more than once every few months, right? And it is hard. There are always drawbacks, and there's always, I'm going to say, one step forward, two steps back. Then sometimes it's three steps forward and only two steps back. But slowly, I am building this comfortableness with myself and with talking to others that I don't feel like a burden to them, that they're talking to me because of pity or because I have just been trying so hard to get them to talk to me. And one person, an amazing person who I actually had a conversation with twice in 5 days, and that was because of me, because I messed up the scheduling of my meetings, and uh, yeah, I talked to her on Friday and then on Tuesday, and I apologized to her. I was like, "Hey, I do apologize. I scheduled this meeting twice in 5 days." And the one thing that really hit me was like, she said, like, "Blash, why are you apologizing? I also have my own calendar. I wanted to talk to you and I enjoyed talking to you. So I did." And that left me completely dumbfounded, like legitimately, I didn't know what to say. And I told her that. I was like, sorry, like, I don't understand. I legitimately, I will try to understand this, but I don't, because I've never operated like this. I always operated that it was my responsibility to not be a burden to others. And she just told me, she was like, Blaj, I saw you on my calendar. If I didn't want to talk to you, I would just cancel the meeting. I was like, wow, that's actually true. And this is like the person that I could see having a close connection or maybe even friendship, being friends with in the long run. And yeah, this is hard. Having friends is hard work, at least for me. And also the thing is not knowing and doubting myself whether I'm a burden, do people want to still talk with me or not, and everything else that's going along with my subconscious mind trying to process the trauma that I was left with is hard, and it's always evolving. But the one thing that I do believe and that I know is true is that people are going to come into my life with me working on myself, developing myself, resolving the trauma, that people who I will happy to call friends and that they're going to actually care for me and about me. But it's a long process. And that's one of the reasons why I have zero friends and why I cut contact with everybody in 2025, that I was just keeping appearances with, just because I thought I had to. And the funny part about this is nobody asked how I was. That means that they were not real colleagues, not real friends. They were just there so they could benefit from me. And when they didn't see that benefit anymore, they didn't bother replying. And that was hard. But therapy and working on yourself is a hard thing. And I'm happy that I'm in the path that I am in and progressing every single day. And I hope you are too. And I hope this video helped you. If you have any other questions about friendships or anything like that, just put them in the comments below and I'll be happy to create a video or answer you. Bye.